We had a lot of shaking the bag, and I know, Darla, I know Finding Nemo very thoroughly. She did one dance scene. You can take, if you're doing that again, you can take 30 seconds of the shaking the bag thing out, and it'll be more solid than it already is. But overall, incredible. Your Snatch Game answers were very funny. I think we could do a bit of variation on some of that, but I don't know when else you're going to be asked to answer questions in Darla, but you had a really, really great night tonight, so well done.
Thank you so much, Lucy. Okay, Gary King, thoughts on kneecaps?
I loved your commitment, you were in character, you really went for it. I've never been so scared of someone shaking a bag at me before. I've usually, no, I'm not joking. But it was amazing, you thought it out, you were committed to it, you knew the track. I love this look, I think it's amazing. But my only thing was, you kind of rushed it. You came out and I was going, you look so good, but you could have just luxuriated in it a bit more and just made me more jealous that it's not mine. But I thought it was a great night for you and you done really well done.
Thank you so much, Gary. And finally, many thoughts on kneecaps?
Kneecaps, I thought you were fab tonight. I think the lip syncing with the list was a really funny choice that read quite well to us on the judging panel. And I thought that you were mixing a lot of clean punchlines. Like there was a joke and there was a moment to laugh, which was very well done, very professionally put together. In terms of with your performance, there was obviously a few mishaps and things that went wrong. Obviously, those are just things that can be ironed out with more rehearsal. I do think, unfortunately, certain aspects of your performance came across a little bit unrehearsed. In terms of your answers, you had great physical comedy, but obviously repeating a joke is kind of a no-go. But other than that, I thought you were great. And when it comes to your runway, I think you stand out the most on stage from everybody else. I think getting Tartan as a prompt, you took it in a very different direction than everyone, so you stand out for points for uniqueness. So you did well tonight. Make some noise for kneecaps, everyone.
Thank you so much, George. Okay, moving on to Soup. Make some noise for Soup. We are starting with Lacey Raymond.
Oh my god, I want to put you in the microwave and eat you several times across the month. This is a gorgeous look, I love it so much. When you say tartan, you've got an idea. There's going to be some Vivienne Westwoods on the stage, and that is the Vivienne Westwood of the evening for me. Now, Snatch Game, I think it was a solid number. We took a lot from SNL, I think it was an SNL sketch, yeah. So, and it's very funny listening to that. I think sometimes it's kind of like the track is playing and we're laughing at the jokes and you're kind of a step behind on the kind of performance and delivery. I'm not saying you're missing words, but I think you can contain yourself a little bit more. You don't need to frantically run everywhere. I know that's very truisms. You did have some great truisms. We had different levels. It wasn't like one note. We played with things. We were sitting down doing, let me talk to you about whatever that line was. I think it was solid. I think you could do it again. I think again, similar to kneecaps, if this is a number you're bringing, you could pull it, take some a little edit on it to give you find the highlights, find the bits that are really good, and cut some of the excess, but I think it was pretty strong for you. So well done.
Thank you so much, Lacey. Moving on to Gary, thoughts on Soup?
I think you look beautiful. Everybody does look beautiful. I like the idea of Drew Barrymore. I got some, I've written down here 10s and 2s. Some in mannerisms were there, and then other bits I was going, what the fuck is this? Because I was a bit like, during certain elements it could have been anyone. And then also, I know Drew Barrymore's got a lisp, I know it's comical, but you really hit it 74 times, and I was going, oh, there must be something else that you find funny in her. I think that watching you from last week though, comedy is clearly not what you think you're great at, and see you getting through that, I was like, fucking yes! It was so good to watch! I think if you can improve your comedy that much in a week, the limit's endless for you. There's so much further to go with it, so keep working at it, keep believing in yourself, you're doing a good job.
And finally, Skinny Menu.
So I have to agree with everything the other judges said so far. I think tonight was probably one of the strongest performances you've delivered in Suck You so far. You've come such a long way as a performer. Not that you were bad at the beginning, but your level of physicality and you're owning the stage, owning your face, owning your expression was miles ahead tonight of anything you've shown so far. So well done on your performance first and foremost. That was Your physical choices of comedy also landed, like the Drew Barrymore jaw, that was quite funny. I think with you, like it was strong. I think that like the only problem is, I said at the start, like I wanted to see jokes that were kind of created as opposed to getting a laugh off of someone else's jokes. And by using so much of the SNL skit, we almost lost like some of what was going on at times. I think for us, obviously, Delmonico's is a busy fucking venue. We can't always hear every single bit of this like text, like spoken joke. So I wish there had been just a break from that at some point to take it in another direction. She was in E.T., she was in fucking Charlie's Angels. There were other directions and other things that felt like there were missed opportunities. But when it comes to this fucking runway look, like we unanimously agree that you look the fucking best tonight. You look so good. Tonight is a night of 1,000 Vivian Westwood, in which you are the Vivian Westwood. So make sure
Thank you, judges. Right, moving on to Chloe Rose. You can step forward to our next Chloe. And once again, we're starting with Lacey Rain.
Chloe, I love the bagpipe look. It is so cute and quirky, and that is the way I want to see things done. You seemed a little kind of just nervous when you were walking. I don't know if it's maybe the construction of it's maybe a little precarious or something. I don't know. Is it? Yes. Okay. It's okay. It happens. It did not fall apart, and that's all that matters. Your Sharpie was amazing. It was obviously the production number of the evening. We had everyone involved. This is something, and I'll give you points because I think you pre-recorded all of the vocal, right? Okay, amazing. So where I would award points is that you put your own performance into that rather than sampling from other places. Where I would take away points, however, is there was a lot of Skinny Minnie. I'm going to take down Skinny Minnie. And believe it or not, there are some people in this world who don't know who Skinny Minnie is. It's true, I have spoken with them. And unfortunately, that can alienate parts of your audience. This is a number that you can do tonight when Skinny is here. But even still, there's people up in the balcony that are going to be like, when was there a drag queen in High School Musical 2? You know what I mean? Like it's... so just be aware of that, and it's for your sake as well, because you're not going to be able to ever do that number elsewhere in other venues, you know. But it was, in terms of a production, it was spectacular, and the crowd ate it up. So well done.
Thank you so much, Lacey. Moving on to Gary.
I think your production skills were amazing. The effort, the attention to detail that you put in was just amazing. I'm really impressed by that. I do, however, think it was a production number you would have done at your friend's birthday party. I don't give a fuck who your friend is. It was a bit more about your friend than it was about you. And I was like, this is your time to shine, not to say how much you love your pal, which I really respect that. I also think this looks like a great idea, but again, I felt as if you were holding back. You're putting in so much effort and you're doing hard work. You can tell they've got all this production, look what you're doing, but I think you're letting the content take over your charisma, and I'd rather see them come up level together. I'm not saying you don't have the talent, I'm just saying that I think you're maybe putting your effort in the wrong places. I want to see more of you rather than everyone else. But really well done. It was a good night, it just wasn't my favourite.
Thank you so much, Gary. And finally, Skinny Minnie.
Well, Chloe, I think I might have a bias towards that performance, as it was about the most iconic drag queen that's ever lived, of course, myself. I'm taking the piss, by the way, I'm taking the piss. No, I love a bit of Sharpie Evans, she did absolutely nothing wrong, so points for subject matter. I thought it was amazing. I thought you clearly, of everyone, had the most level of preparation and rehearsal put into what they did. You really went guns blazing, and I give you a lot of credit for that one. I think that, I do have to agree with what they've said, but in terms of the audience reception, I think you got the biggest audience reception of the night. I think you did fabulously tonight. In terms of your runway, I think that your runway stood out for having a concept and taking, obviously, like I said, 1,000 Vivian Westwood. You went a different direction with it with the bagpipes. I do agree. I think that the construction of them obviously is holding you back. I can tell by the way that you're walking, you're trying to have them not fall off. I know that you have that in you to like push through that and deliver a level of confidence on the stage. I just wish you tap further into that because I know you've got that in you. But across the board, I thought you did fucking amazingly tonight, and it was a very strong night for Chloe Rose.
Thank you, Chloe. Moving on to Eve Devine. Make some noise for her.
Eve, this looks very cute. Can I see it? Yes, the train. I love the story, I love how it's your family tartan. I was waiting for some family tartan tonight. I think Bailey J. Mills is a decent choice, and I can see through the performance that you are an excellent performer. You've got so much charisma and physicality to you. I think sadly the mix was just... I think there's a difference between something that's funny on your phone and something that would translate to the stage. I think you could have got away with almost just picking one or two songs and doing some physical Bailey J. Millisms throughout it. When we went to her having a conversation with Madonna, like there are people in this world who don't know who Bailey J. Mills is. And you know, it can be a little isolating if we don't have the visual of what's happening. I think you could do a great Bailey. I think there's a great Bailey J. Mills in there. I think you cut if you cut all the Bailey J. Mills out. Does that make sense? But yeah, I think it was unfortunate, and it is obviously loud in here tonight. So certain people's mixes have like more spoken word in them than others. So we're taking that into consideration. You know, we did have to string a little bit of things to hear, but that was across the board though. So, but yeah. Well done.
Thank you so much, Lacey. Moving on to Gary King. Thoughts on you tonight?
You have got so much charisma and that radiates from you when you're just standing. But I do feel as if, even if we don't know who Bailey J. Mills is, why don't you just make it up and tell us what she is? I feel as if I think you maybe overthought it. I think maybe even more of you in it would be better because you're so entertaining, so engaging, but in a way you were trying so hard to be Bailey that you actually lost a bit of your own spark. And I was going, oh fuck the Bailey, just give me a show. And it was as if you were holding it back a wee bit, and I was going, I'd like to see it one more time and just say, let go. I think you got your idea here, I understand where you're going for. I think there are a few details where like, I don't know if the sports song's intentional. I just think you did it. Just for me, that's just little touches that makes me go, do you care enough to try that much to just take your short socks off? But except from that, I think you're a smasher. Good night, good ideas, but just not quite for me.
Thank you so much, Gary. Finally, Skinny Minnie! Thoughts on you tonight?
As the only person under 25 on the panel, I do know who Bailey J. Mills is. I do enjoy Bailey J. Mills as a comedian. I think as a Snatch game choice, choosing a comedian is a risky one because you're limited by the jokes they tell unless you want to take it in another direction. I think because you cycled through so many of Bailey's characters, the mix didn't really have a narrative or any direction which to go. So it wasn't like, whoever's downing it, enjoy your drink, my darling, enjoy your drink. I'm not trying to critique it or anything, no. No, I think that you're a bad performer. You've got a lot of presence, you've got a lot of charisma, and I think that it was almost misplaced with your choice tonight of Bailey. I do think it limited you. When it comes to the runway, I think this is the best you've ever looked, Eve. I think you look so fucking good. I think especially, I'm a bitch who loves hair. I love hair. It was fucking Chloe's will never put my wigs. But your hair tonight is fucking sickening. You look gorgeous, and I think you should be very proud of what you presented tonight. I think you look amazing tonight.
Thank you, Judge. Amazing words for Eve Divine. Okay, moving on to Patch. And Lacey Ray, thoughts on Patch?
Hi Pat, your salad fingers will stay with me for a long time. I fucking loved that. It was my favourite of the night. So, again, difficult to hear. What I would say is that number in like a different setting, like audiences that all paid for their tickets and they're all going to sit and watch and listen, they would eat that up and it would go down really well. We do have to consider, because Del Monte's on a Wednesday, there's people that aren't all necessarily here to see this, they're all drinking, there's chatting, so it does make it difficult to hear what's going on. Similar to Chloe, you recorded all your own vocal, very impressive, great. Again though, it's the same as Chloe, we had some inside jokes. I think it was fine when you're doing referencing of the judges, because the audience can turn around and go, oh, that's that person, oh, that's that person. And then when we go to Lola Fierce's new single, there are some people in this world who do not know who Lola Fierce is. Many more.
No. Grammy Award winning Lola Fierce, yes.
I think you could, a little tweak, you could pick a better song to go in that radio section, it'll work just as well.
Lacey, there are no better songs than Lola Fierce, you should know this. You should know this.
I mean, Lola has told me as such herself. This look is very cute, I like it. What was the theme was with the dice?
Oh, I did have runway description that it said roll for initiative, so it was like referencing D&D. So then I would roll the dice, but little miss thing.
So Patch, did you send your runway description? I did not receive it. Okay, I'll double check. Well, if that was my fault, I do apologize to Patch and to Soup for not reading the runway description. That is on me, so you can feel free to
Sack her! Sack her!
I'm gonna get replaced. What was, you can explain that, Patch, my darling.
Sorry. But essentially it's like a goblin from D&D. So like being a D&D character, like Scottish goblin, and then I'd roll the dice, and then if I had my dagger, that I'd take out, and then just be like...
Okay.
Thank you. We understand.
Does that sound out?
Now I understand. Salad fingers I got off the bat, but I roll of a dice through these.
Okay, moving on to Gary King. Thoughts on Patch?
I think you've done such a strong performance. I'll be honest, salad finger, not a fucking clue what that is. But I was equal parts scared and entertained. But I was sitting and I was engaged. You knew that track, you knew exactly what was happening, you were in charge of it, you commanded the stage. To be honest, I thought you were a Scottish Yoda. And see, to be honest, you've done not a bad job at Scottish Yoda either. I think maybe you're overthinking things a little bit too much as well, because from an audience point of view, even if Rue's not reading out an explanation, I should still be able to get an idea of it. But great performance, 100% commitment, weird as fuck, but I was kind of there for it. Well done.
Any thoughts on Patch?
Hi, Patch. I have to disagree with the judges. I got your runway. I understood that you were a D&D character. I got the dice. I picked up. I put it here. You can come get it after the critiques are done. But no, I thought you were fab tonight. I think you've got an engaging presence, quite unlike anyone I've ever seen perform. And I said that to you the last time I judged as well, because there's just something about you and something about the way you do things. Considering that like you had glasses on, which obscured literally half your face, you were still such an emotive and capturing performer, which takes real fucking skill to do, right? Make some noise for Patch, okay? I think you were great. I'm not done, bitch. I'm not done. I think you were great. I have to echo what you said about the inside jokes, and just in the basis of like knowing your audience and knowing the space you're performing in. I have 40% hitting in one ear, so I had no fucking clue what was going on. But I laughed when the punchlines were told to me afterwards. But other than that, maybe like if you're recording something like that, make sure it's just loud enough to reach everyone in the room and everyone in the space. But other than that, I thought you were absolutely fabulous tonight. Okay? Make sure everybody.
Right, and finally, to be critiqued, make some noise for Venus! To Lacey Rain.
Hello! This look is very cute. I'm seeing it better now because when you moved around a lot when you were on stage, and I was like, I saw a loose thread. I'm like, okay, that's intentional. We're fine. I thought the choice of what's her name from Fairy Girls? Michelle. Great choice for you. You physically, you look like her, which it really helped. I think it really we're talking about numbers that suited the space. You knew that was a crowd pleaser, and everyone got really on board with you with that. I think it was solid. I think it was really solid. I think we had a lot of Irish dancing. My mum can done it all like that. And yeah, I think a tip, because I think you can do that number elsewhere. I think it would work. Watch a YouTube video, get some variation on the Irish dancing steps. That way, then you don't need to change, because we do the same thing over and over again. You start going, okay, what's next? You know what I mean? You can change it up, and I think you can tell that you're a dancer, and you have the, oh, she is, recognition. I'm a dancer too. You can tell, and you'll be able to find a variation for that for next time you do this, for certain. I know you will.
Thank you so much.
Yes, well done.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to Gary King.
I love the fact that the crowd got on board with the choice of music that you'd chosen. Again, I think it was repetitive. I think it could have been something else. I think in my heart, it was kind of like a Michelle cosplay rather than a comedy. You look good as it, the content was right, but you could have put, it just didn't have me laughing. I was kind of going, oh, this is a cute Michelle thing, and she's funny on the sound. Again, I think you were relying on her comedy. You need to bring that. She's an hilarious, iconic character. If you could have ability to channel that, maybe even put a wee bit of yourself in there. You look amazing tonight. Obviously, we have a bit of a snap. You still seem a bit worried about it. Just make sure that you're just looking at these wee details, make sure that you're practicing, make sure that last night you should be doing cartwheels and this to make sure it's not going to fall off. Because it's just one of those ones where it's such a lovely look that in my mind I'm just thinking, that's the one that fell off. And I'm like, and I'm gutted for you because it was a nice night for you, well done.
And Skinny Mini, finally.
I just want to say, and this goes for absolutely everyone, if it comes across like every single person standing on stage is getting mixed feedback, that's because that is what's happening. We were really divided backstage and we had to discuss at length about each and every single one of you, because this is probably the tightest week of Suck You fucking ever.
The tightest snatch.
The tightest snatch. There was lots to break down, and like Venus, you are no exception. I think that your physicality probably is the strongest of everyone on stage. I think that your physical comedy was amazing. You really had me laughing with the way you were delivering the Irish dancing. I do agree that the joke being on for just a little bit too long, but when you had the rolling in the deep or the separation of the brain, fucking Adele desktop computer, whatever it is, when that came in, I enjoyed that, that was fun. And I think that you had the best answers of anybody. I think that your accent was great, and you really had me laughing at what you were saying. So yeah, I think generally speaking, a pretty good night for you. I think just think about repetition, and it's the same thing with using jokes that are someone else's jokes. When it comes to your runway, I've not got anything else to say. I think you look fab tonight, I think you're lovely. Look forward. I feel like with you in the competition, you're almost a bit like timid and shy. Like you are a fucking fierce bitch. Like I feel like you can come out here and stand in your fiercely. Stand fiercely now. Stand fucking fiercely. Diva, model your runways like that. Model your runways like that. When you come out, own the fucking room, because you look fucking amazing. So just own the stage with the way that you look and the same that you do when you perform. But finish your fab. Make some noise for Venus, everybody!
Yes! I'm going to reiterate what the judges just said. A really, really tough night to judge. Everyone did do so well, and we really were picking at the smallest things to make our decisions even. But when I call your name, please step forward and I will let you know where you have placed. Chloe Rose, please step forward. Chloe, you are safe and through to next week. Congratulations! You may leave the stage, my love. You may leave the stage. Okay. Patch, please step forward. Patch, you are also safe and through to next week. Congratulations. Kneecap, please step forward. Congratulations, you are the winner of this challenge. You have won another Suck You badge and a very fabulous prize. Congratulations, darling, you may leave the stage. Okay, my loves, it is so tough. You all did so well. You really slayed it in this challenge, but we are coming down to the top 6. As we head towards the top 5 next week, it's getting tougher and tougher, okay? The contestant I am calling forward is safe and through to next week, meaning the remaining 2 will be lip syncing, okay? The contestant who is safe through to next week is Venus. Congratulations, my love. Which does mean Eve and Soup, you will be lip syncing. You may leave the stage to prepare. Make some noise for all your contestants, harmonicas! A very, very tough night. They all put in much work, but we must have a top 5 by the end. Obviously, we're going to go for a little break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a little break so we can get ready for that lip sync. Jude, would you mind helping them get ready? Is that alright, my love? I'm finding them down as soon as possible.